A common misconception that exists amongst many founders is that if they own 80% or more of the company, let's say majority stake, they believe that they have the entire control over the company and every decision has to pass through them. Well, let me tell you that this is not entirely correct. And the reason for that is that as per the Companies Act, the control over the company happens at two different levels. When you're talking about 80% equity, you are only talking about the shareholder level, but you are missing out on the other level, that is the board. And as founders, what you need to realize is that the day-to-day decisions, the more operational decisions, are actually taken by the board and not by the shareholders. Yes, shareholder approval is very much required for more important decisions, but as I mentioned, day-to-day operations are done and managed by the board itself. Now, let's just assume an example where you have diluted 20% of your equity in the company and you brought in, let's say, 4 angel investors. Now, while the equity dilution is only 20%, so you haven't really lost a lot of control at the shareholder level, but all of these angel investors, through their shareholders agreement, have acquired the right to be on the board, which means they want to become directors and they've got their right from you in that agreement, whether you've given it out of ignorance or maybe as per your decision without realizing the consequences. Then, in that case, you were 2 directors before, both of them mostly in cases of founders, and now you have 4 more directors. So now, as a consequence of this, now you have 6 directors on board, out of which 4 are actually outsiders. So despite these 2 founders having 80% equity at the shareholder level, they are a minority on the board, which means if there is a matter that comes up before the board and the 4 outsider directors agree on that and you don't, you are effectively not in control of that. So the lesson to be learned from this as founders is that whenever you are raising funds, whether it be from angel investors or from funds, you have to take care not only of your control at the shareholder level, but also at the board level.